Okay, welcome to physics class. Today in this class we are going to derive the one equation, that is a lens maker's formula. This formula is very important for your examination, as well as it is very important for the industrial applications also, who are working in lens production. And before go to this lens maker formula, briefly we just glance what we discussed, that is a refraction through the spherical surface. Already this part is completed. Refraction through the spherical surface is completed. In this refraction through the spherical surface, we derive the one equation, that is a relation between the u, v and refractive index n and radius of curvature. We derived the equation between equation or relation between the n, u, v, r. What is the relation between these four? This is already we discussed in a refraction through the spherical surface. We must know this equation to derive today's lens maker's formula. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಈ ಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಮೇಕರ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಡೆರಿವೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇದರ ರಿಲೇಷನ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು ನಮಗೆ. ಅದು ಗೊತ್ತಿತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೇನಾಗ್ಬೋದು, ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಮೇಕರ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಭಾಳ ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಹೌದಾ? ಹಾಂ, ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ, ಇದರ ರಿಲೇಷನ್ನ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಸಲ ಗ್ಲಾನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ. ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಇನ್ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಐ ಗೋ ಥ್ರೂ ಇಟ್ ಒನ್ಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಟು ಜಸ್ಟ್ brush up your memory. See, we know that refraction through the spherical surface, if I consider it is a spherical surface and this is a principal axis, this point is called P point. Here I kept the object O. When light is incident along this direction at this point, and where is normal? This is a normal C, and if this surface is not there, then it will move in this direction. But because of this surface, the light bends towards the normal and makes it incident here. It makes and it incident at this point. See, this is a refraction through the spherical surface diagram. Already we did this one. That's why just I brush up the things. Object is here, light is incident at this point, and because of this spherical nature, the refractive index of this material is n2, here n1. When light is traveling from one medium to other medium, it refracts. Because of this spherical surface, instead of going along this direction, it refracts and it bends towards the normal. Therefore, image will form here. This is the image object distance u. This is the image distance. We know that refractive index of image space divided by image distance plus refractive index of object space divided by object distance is equal to refractive index of image space minus refractive index of different cities. Refractive index of object space divided by r, radius of curvature. This is the general formula what we discussed in a previous class, that is the relation between the n, u, v, r. n, u, v, r ರಿಲೇಷನ್ ಐತಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನು ವಾಪಸ್ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಬರ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಆಗ್ತೈತೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್. ಸಿ, refractive index of image space. Image is formed here. Remember, if the image is formed here, and the refractive index is how much? n2. Therefore, refractive index of image space is n2 divided by image distance. Image distance means how much? V. plus refractive index of object space. Where it is object is here. What is the refractive index of this object space? n1. Therefore n1 divided by what is the object distance? OD means object distance, here to here, object distance, how much? U. Then n2 minus n1, divided by r. Apply the sign convention. Is it possible? Just check it. How to apply the sign conventions? We know that sign conventions for the spherical surface, we may first the sign convention is all the measurements start from P only, pole only. P means pole. All the measurements from P, pole. ಎಲ್ಲ ಮೆಜರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಪೋಲಿಂದ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಇಮೇಜ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರಲಿ, ಅಥವಾ ರೇಡಿಯಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕರ್ವೇಚರ್ ಆಗಿರಲಿ, ಯಾವುದನ್ನು ಮೆಜರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ pole only. That is the first case. And one more sign convention is, if the direction of the incident beam or incident ray and the measurement, ನೀವು ಮೆಜರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಮತ್ತು ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಲೈಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಎರಡು ಸೇಮ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದರೆ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ತೊಗೋತೀರಿ. ಮೆಜರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಈ ಕಡೆ ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ನಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ರೇ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್. ಸಿ ಹಿಯರ್ ವಿ ಮೆಜರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ? ಈ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಈ ಪೋಲಿಂದ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ, ಹೌದಾ? ಪೋಲಿಂದ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ ಇಮೇಜ್ ಫ್ರಮ್, ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮೆಜರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ. ಯು ಆರ್ ಮೆಜರಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್ ವಿ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್, ಇಮೇಜ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ P to I in this direction. Light also incidenting in same direction. Therefore, it is a positive. Next, what about U? See, you are measuring this distance, U distance from P to O, this direction. But light is incidenting in opposite direction. Light is incidenting in this direction, but you are measuring in opposite direction. Therefore, it is a minus sign. Therefore, it becomes a minus. What about R? What about N1 and 2? N1 and 2, no need of the any measurement. N1 and 2, we can't measure it. It is a value, constant value. That's why no need to put the sign convention for the N1 and N2. See, then R. What about R? R, you are measuring from, what is R? It is the pole to center of curvature distance. From pole to center of curvature, what is the gap or distance? That is called radius of curvature. Here to here. Here to pole to center of curvature, P to C distance is R. You are measuring from P to C, light is also incidenting same direction, so it is a positive. Therefore, it is a formula for spherical surface. Already we did this one, full derivation we did completed. Just this formula is very important and we are using this formula in a lens maker's formula. That's why in examination no need to write all the things directly. If they ask to derive the lens maker's formula, you should remember this one. Just for your convenience, I draw and I explain once again, because long back I will discuss this one, I forgotten. See, it is the relation between the U V R N. This is relation. This is already we did studied. With the help of this formula, now we are going to discuss about the lens maker's formula. See, lens maker's formula. See, before start to lens maker's formula, how the image will form in a lens. How the image is formed in a spherical surface, we know. How the image will form in a lens, that we'll discuss little. We should know that part also. Once we know that how it is working, then we can derive very easily. Once if you know the things, concepts, how it is working, what is the mechanism, if you know that one, you can understand very easily. That's why if I consider one lens here, if I consider convex lens, consider convex lens A, B, C, D. See, here two spherical surfaces I consider. ABC is one spherical surface, ADC is one more spherical surface. When the object is I kept here, remember, for every surface, for ABC surface there is a one radius of curvature, for ADC surface one radius of curvature, for ABC surface one center of curvature, for ADC surface one more center of curvature this side. Like this, two center of curvatures for one lens, two radius of curvatures, because it has a two spherical surfaces. If spherical surface ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ you will get the two different values, radius of curvature two values, center of curvature two values. And if I kept the object at this point, light is incident here. See, when it will incident at ABC surface, remember, when the light is incident on the ABC surface, it get refracts. See, if there is no ABC surface, curved surface ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತಿತ್ತು, it will move in this direction, same direction. But now it is not like that. Now it is not moving in this way. Because of ABC surface, it get refracts. It get refracts. Why it is? Because again normal he is here, this is normal. See, when the light is incident here, instead of moving in the same direction, it bends towards the normal, therefore remember, it will move here, it forms an image here. Okay, this is the condition. This is take it a I dash when the ABC surface, but practically it is not like this. But here ADC surface also there. When the light is incident on this ADC surface, again it refracts and it form the image at this point. Two times refraction. See, if it is a lens, I will draw the very like this. Light object is here, it will light is incident like this. Where is that normal? Normal is here, this is normal. Instead of moving in this way, it bends and it will move in this way. It bends and move in this way. But because of this ABC surface, this is happening. But because of this ADC surface, see, when the light is incident and it will form the image here. But because of this ADC surface, this is also one surface, once again it get refracts, and it will form the image at this point. ಎರಡು ಸಲ ರಿಫ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒಂದು ಕೇಸ್ ರಿಫ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ABC surface, image will form here. But when it's incident on second surface, again one more time it get refracts and image will form here. The final image will form at this point. This is called V, this is called V dash, this is called U. This is the formation of the image in a lens. See how it is. If I consider lens and the object is in this side, when it incident, the light is incident or light ray is incident on the first spherical surface, actual image will form at I dash. But because of the presence of the second surface, once again it refracts and forms the image at I or this point. ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಒಳಗೆ ನಮಗೆ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಇಮೇಜ್ ಸಿಗ್ತೈತಿ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಫೈನಲ್ ಇಮೇಜ್. ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಇದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ದೇರ್, ದೆನ್ ಇಮೇಜ್ ವಿಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಬಟ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ADC ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ ಇಮೇಜ್. ಸಿ ಹೌ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸ್ಪೆರಿಕಲ್ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್, object will image will form here. but one more surface here. What is difference between that surface and this surface? Here two spherical surface, there is only one spherical surface. If one spherical surface, image will form at one point, I point, but because of one more surface, image will form at this point instead of getting the image at this point. ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಇಮೇಜ್ ಬರೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಇಮೇಜ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಒಂದು ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹಂಗೆ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಇನ್ ದಟ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಒನ್ ಸ್ಪೆರಿಕಲ್ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್, ಹಿಯರ್ ಟೂ ಸ್ಪೆರಿಕಲ್ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಇಮೇಜ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲ್ ಇಮೇಜ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ in the lens. Once we must know this concept in our mind, then we can derive the equation. See, to derive this equation, if this is lens, this is the principal axis, this is the principal axis, here A, B, C, A, D, C is a O. Take it as a O. An object is at this point. Object O, take it as object is O. When light is incident at this point, we can draw the normal like this. This is normal. What I drawn here, that is a normal to this ABC surface. ABC surface is normal draw ಮಾಡಿ. When the light is incident on ABC surface, object is at n1 and this is the n2. Refractive index. Refractive index is n1 and 2. See, image will, if there is no any ABC surface, it will move in this direction, but because of this ABC surface, it refracts and incident like this. Image will form at I dash, but because of this ADC surface, one more time refracts and the final image will form at this point. ಈ ADC surface ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತೆ ಇಮೇಜ್. ಈ ADC surface ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ the image will form at this point. This is only idea. If you know this one, this is enough. Now I think it is clear how the image will form. Next order, to derive this equation, how I consider this lens. If I consider the one medium, optical medium, just imagine, imaginary, its refractive index is n2, here n1 refractive index. Remember, this surface is cut into spherical surface. ಈ ಒಂದು ಚೌಕ್ ಏನು ತಗೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ, this is the glass slab. Take it as glass slab. Its refractive index is n2. This glass slab is kept in a refractive index of n1 surrounding. Surrounding the refractive index ಎಷ್ಟೈತಿ n1 ಐತಿ, ಇದು n2 ಐತಿ. ಈ glass slab ನ ಈ type cut ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. If I cut this glass slab in the such a way that like this, now it is a spherical surface. Now it is a spherical surface. Just similar structure we got. This is called A, B, C. Take it as ABC. It's given name. And see, this is the principal axis. If the object is kept here, if it incident light at this angle, light is incident like this, and the normal to the surface is, I will draw here, this is normal. See, just imagine And after refraction, if this surface is not there, then it will move like this. But because of this surface, it will form an image at this point, I dash. Remember, I dash is a image formation. Fine. But okay, this is the structure. This value is, take it as a V. From here to here, from here to here, take it as a V dash. V dash. From here to here, it is a U. Again, see what I consider. First, I consider as a glass slab. I cut this glass slab in such a way that ABC surface. Here, the glass slab refractive index is like this, N2, and the surrounding refractive index is N1. Object is at N1 refractive index, and image will form at a N2 refractive index. Fine. Now again I will cut this glass slab in such that now on the side surface ಈ ಥರ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ image ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. ಬಟ್ ನಾ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ನಾವು I will cut this glass slab in such a way that ಹಿಂಗೆ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಇಷ್ಟು ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಈ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಲ್ಲ, ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಾ? ನಾವು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರಿಮೂವ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್. ಟೋಟಲ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ತೆಗೆದ್ನೆ. ಟೋಟಲ್ ಗ್ಲಾಸ್ ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ಹಿಂಗಿತ್ತು. ಟೋಟಲ್ ಇನ್ ಗ್ಲಾಸ್ ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ಐ ರಿಮೂವ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್, ಓನ್ಲಿ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್. ನೌ ಐ ಗಾಟ್ ದ ಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಹೌ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಸಿ, ನೌ I got the lens. Means here A, C is here D. Remember, ADC is one more spherical surface we got. Here I dash is at N2. What about this N1? E part ಒಳಗೆ ಏನಾಯ್ತು, ರಿಫ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಇಂಡೆಕ್ಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿರ್ತದೆ? N1. E part ಒಳಗೆ N2 ರಿಫ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಇಂಡೆಕ್ಸ್ ಐತಿ. N1 is refractive index is here. See, now instead of getting the image at this point, when I consider this surface ADC surface, it refracts and it forms an image at this point. I ಒಳಗೆ image form ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. It forms the image at I. It forms the image at I. Instead of getting the image at I dash, we get the image at I. This one. Because of this surface, because of one more surface, it gets refracts once again. If when it is there is no this when the only one surface, then image will form here. But when I consider the one more spherical surface, I got the image at this point. The distance from this point is V. V dash, V and U. Remember. Now this I dash is at N2 surface, N2 refractive index, I is at N1 refractive index, and object is at N1 refractive index. Now we got this one. Next part is only mathematical part. Okay. First write the only one spherical surface. Write the formula for one spherical surface. Actually here two spherical surfaces. Right now you write the formula. You think that this spherical surface is not there, only one spherical surface. According to that you write the equation. ಇದು ಒಂದು ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಡ್ರಿ, ಈ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಈ ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಬರಿಬೋದು ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ರಿ. ಏನೈತಿ ಈ ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ಜನರಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ, ರಿಫ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಇಂಡೆಕ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ IS by ID, ರಿಫ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಇಂಡೆಕ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಇಮೇಜ್ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ by image distance, plus refractive index of the object space by object distance, and difference between the refractive indexes and R. See, adna ಬರೀತೀನಿ ವಾಪಸ್. refractive index of image space ಈ ಒಂದು ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಫ್ there is no this second surface, only one surface ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಮೇಜ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. Image will form at I dash. Therefore, what is the refractive index? N2. Refractive index of otherwise refractive index of ID plus refractive index of OS divided by OD. Refractive index of OS minus IS difference. Refractive index of OS divided by R. This is general formula. What I wrote there, the same here. General formula. According to refractive index of image distance, when this surface is not there, remember this ADC surface is not there. ಇದು ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಇಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ಬರೀಬೇಕು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇದು ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಇಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ಬರೀಬೇಕು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಎರಡು ಕೂಡಿಸ್ಬೇಕು, ಅಷ್ಟೇ ವರ್ಕ್. ಅಲ್ಲೇನು ಬರೆದಿದ್ರಿ, ಒಂದು ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಒಂದು ಇಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ಬರೆದ್ರಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಇಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ಬರೆಯೋದು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕೂಡಿಸಿಬಿಡೋದು. This is the actual idea what I am going to do. That's why refractive index of an image space. If this surface, second surface is not there, then refractive index of the image space is N2 divided by N2 ಯಾಕೆ ಬಂದು I dash. ಈ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಇರಲಾರ್ದಾಗ ಇಮೇಜ್ ಬರೋದಲ್ಲೇ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, ಇದು ಎಲ್ಲೈತಿ N2 ಐತಿ. Therefore ಇಮೇಜ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟೈತ್ರಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ V dash ಪ್ಲಸ್ ವೈಸ್ ನೋಡೋಣ. ರಿಫ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಇಂಡೆಕ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವುದು, ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇದು ಬರೆದಾಗ N1 by U is equal to N2 minus N1 divided by ಇದೇನು N2 minus N1 ಇದೇನಿರ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಮೈನಸ್ ಇದು, ಇದನ್ನ R1 ಅಂತ ಬರೀತಾನೆ, ಅದನ್ನು R1 ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೋರಿ. ವಾಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸೈನ್ ಕನ್ವೆನ್ಷನ್? ನೋಡಿರಿ, ಲೈಟ್ ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಹಿಂಗಾಗೈತಿ ಇಲ್ಲೇ, ಇವು ಬರಿಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ, ಬಟ್ ನಾವು ಮೆಜರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡೋದಲ್ಲೇ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಿಂದ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ. ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಸೈನ್ ಕನ್ವೆನ್ಷನ್, ಆಲ್ ದ ಮೆಜರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ O optical center to the from optical centers, and the light is incidenting opposite direction. ಇವು ಮೆಜರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ, ಬಟ್ ಲೈಟ್ ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಗೋದು ಈ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ದೇರ್ ಫೋರ್ ಇಟ್ ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ಅ ಮೈನಸ್ ಸೈನ್. Equation number 1. Next, this equation is for ABC surface. Next, for ADC surface. ಈ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಇದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಡ್ರಿ. ಈಗ ನಾವು ಐ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ದಿಸ್ ADC ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್, ಇದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ next for ADC surface I dash is act as virtual object. ಇದು ಈ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಒಂದೈತೆ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತಿ, ಐ ಡ್ಯಾಶ್ ಈಸ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ವರ್ಚುವಲ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್. ಅಗೇನ್ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಇಮೇಜ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾಗೈತಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಾಗೈತಿ. ಯಾವಾಗಿದು ಈ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ADC ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಇಮೇಜ್ ವಿಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್. ಓಕೆ, N2 ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಇಮೇಜ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗೈತೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಇಮೇಜ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ರಿಫ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಇಂಡೆಕ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಮೇಜ್ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್, ಇಮೇಜ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಐತಿ. N1 ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ image distance V. This is the object distance, therefore minus, because light is incidenting here, measurements is here. I consider measurement in this direction, light is in opposite direction. Therefore N2 by V dash is equal to N2 minus N1 divided by R2. N2 by N1 ಅಲ್ಲ, 1 minute. See, this minus this, N2 minus N1 ಬರ್ತಿದ್ರಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ N1 ಐತಲ್ಲ, N1 minus N2 divided by R2. Remember, this is for ADC surface, this formula for ADC surface. Next, what I will do, N1 by V minus N2 by V dash is equal to here instead of taking the n1 minus n2, here also if you compare these two equations in right hand side, here n2 minus n1, here n1 minus n2. For my convenience I make it same, ಎರಡು ಕಡೆ ಸೇಮ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಹೆಂಗೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? n2 minus n1, this minus sign, take the minus outside from this one, take the minus sign outside, you will get r2. Now n1 by v minus n2 by v dash is equal to n2 minus n1 divided by minus r2. This minus I multiplied with here. There is no problem with the multiplication to the numerator or denominator. ಯಾವ ಕಡೆ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಏನು ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. This is equation number 2. Now you add 1 and 2. Add 1 and 2. 1 and 2 ಎರಡನ್ನೂ ಕೂಡಿಸ್ಬೇಕಂತ, 1 ಮತ್ತು 2 ಕೂಡಿಸ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Because this is for one surface, this second equation is for second surface, therefore if you add you will get the total lengths. Therefore if you add 1, see 1 equation number 1 is here, equation number 2 is here, n2 by v dash minus n2 by v dash plus get cancels, ಅವೆರಡು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಡ್ತದೆ. ಈ ಪಾರ್ಟು this part is cancels, only remaining is n1 by v minus n1 by u is equal to, okay, ಇವೆರಡು per term, this term and this term get cancels. Therefore only remaining term this one and this one will remains, the same thing I written. Next here, next if you compare these two equations right hand side, if you compare right hand side, n2 minus n1 is common, n2 minus n1 is common, keep outside, inside the bracket 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2, finish. Next here common term is n1, 1 by v minus 1 by u is equal to n2 minus n1, 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2, 1 by r2. Here n1 common, I bring this n1 common outside, take this side, this n1 bring this side, what happens? 1 by v minus 1 by u is equal to n2 by n1 minus n1 by n1 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. What I did? I brought this n1 this side. When I brought this side n1, n2 by n1 and n1 by n1 get cancels.